Alright, here we go. I have got a super exciting project just outside here I'm going to show you, and I want to do a quick discussion about Australian fishing and really the visions that we are lacking in the potential of the way we fish. And I guess I love watching YouTube videos on different fishing content from around the world, not just here in Australia. So there's been two vessels that one vessel I've enjoyed fishing out of and always wanted to get back into, which was a Bali boat. I went out on a Bali boat, and it was like one of the coolest things I've ever experienced. And then another one I've been interested in is flat skiffs, which are primarily like for tarpon and permit fishing over in the US. And a flat skiff is a boat that's designed to go up on like super shallow water and chasing big fish, pushing around the pole using like platforms to get up high. So if you want a bit more of an idea, just go and look up permit fishing or tarpon fishing over in the States, and you'll see the kind of designs of these boats. And I've sort of been keeping my eye out, like, is there anyone in Australia building these? Is there any on the second-hand market? Is anyone doing this over here? And there's really not a lot of information. There are a couple of boats out there getting built for this sort of stuff, but it's like super expensive and just way out of reach for me. So I've sort of been humming and hawing about how can I do this? Can I modify a canoe? Which I've got another canoe there to modify for this thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then literally, as I've sort of made my decision and that I wanted to have a crack at this sort of style of fishing here in Australia, and then trying to find a boat was like just, or a vessel that was super hard to do. I was like, well, what else is out there? And then I was looking, and then I come up with mini skiffs. So, which is the same as like the larger boats, but just at a smaller scale. And I was like, okay, this is doable. I could build one of these. I could mod a canoe or another vessel or do something. Like I can get out there and have a crack at this. And literally, as I was sort of looking around and sort of trying to work out how I can get into this, some guy just ended up putting one up on Facebook and just said, I'm giving this away, otherwise I'm going to tip it. And I just looked at it and went, that's just exactly what I want. So it's this is a South African skiff, which is very similar to like the ones that they use in America for like mini skiffs for fishing the Florida Keys and deltas and things like that. And I messaged him straight away. I think like within 30 seconds of the post went up, I messaged him. I said, man, I really want this. Can I have it? And he's like, yep, come pick it up. So I went out there and I grabbed it. It needs work, but I'll tell you what, I'm so excited. So I'm going to show you this vessel and show you what it's meant for. And she's got some work to do to it to get it going, but it is one of the coolest vessels I've actually seen for a long, long time. So this is a South African skiff, or a South African mini skiff, and these things, I guess, are kind of similar to like a kayak, as in they're a hull that's sort of supposed to be waterproof and buoyant, so they can take waves over the deck. You can flip them or whatever. You can get back on them. They're sort of supposedly unsinkable type thing, and this thing carries an outboard. So this is it here. She's got a couple of drill holes in it on the bottom because it got water in it somehow, so we're going to have to patch them up. We're going to put the little 3.3 on the back of it, and then after having a muck around and trying to work out what we can and can't do with it with weight distribution, we're going to do some fly platforms. So poling platform on the back and a casting platform like a raised casting platform on the front. So similar to like a Florida Keys tarpon boat, but a mini version. So there'll be a platform that'll be like yay high here. So it'll be sort of this big, and then you'll have the extension stick on the outboard, so you can sit on the esky thingy-me-bobby there to steer the boat, and then So you'll be fair high up, and the whole idea is that you pole around in the flats and you can sort of visually see where the fish are, and then you can call them out to your mate that's doing the casting. So that's the principle behind it. So this is actually a very, very doable project on virtually cost-free. So I've paid nothing for this vessel. I've got most of the materials, 99% of the materials, to fix it up, so I don't have to spend money on materials to fix it up, and I should be able to have this thing in the water. The only thing I'm going to be spending money on will be down the track, where I'll be building my actual platforms, my poling platforms, and my poling, my casting deck for the front. And this is we're going to really put flats fishing to the ultimate test in this thing. And this is going to be one of the coolest projects, and I'm just so excited because, like, honestly, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it's like I was literally hunting for this, and it just popped up, and I got it for nothing. It's like someone's just gone, here you go. So he's the bloke I got it off is so happy that I'm salvaging it, and I'm gonna sort of fix it up and get use out of it. So he didn't really want to toss it; he wanted to see it go to someone who's going to use it. And I was the lucky guy that picked it up, and everyone's probably looking at me as a piece of shit. Why would you bother? And I'm like, this is what I like to do, and no one else is doing it, and this is going to be cool. So that's it. I'm going to do some filming on what I'm going to do to patch it, how I'm going to patch it and get it in the water, and I'm really hoping to have this in the water very, very soon. So we've got to get the water that's stuck in it out of it, and then we've got to patch the holes and make it fishable. Okay, so this is what we've got to deal with. So we've got this fin on here which is rotten, and I'm probably just going to delete that altogether. If we need to put one back on it, we'll build one. So it's got a couple of holes here, it's got this crack up here. It's got these drill holes in it where they've tried to drill the holes in there to get all the water out of it. So the ply for the most part seems to be okay. It's not great, but I mean, I think we can make do. We'll get away with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to patch all this up on the bottom and get it in the water, see how it goes, and then sort of evaluate what we're going to do from there. If this thing pans out how I want it to be, we're going to invest a little bit more time into it. But for now, I just want to get it in the water and test it, and after that we'll just work on it as we go along. As we use it, we'll just upgrade bits and pieces as I got the time to do it. So yeah, that's it. So we're going to hook in and patch these holes up and get this thing on the water. Alright, so we've grinded all these holes out. Hopefully you can see in here. So you can see all these drill holes that they put in here to get the water out everywhere. So we've grinded them out a lot more than the diameter of the drill hole itself, and we're going to lay glass in here. Just one layer or 2 layers for now, and we're going to let that set, and then that way we can come back over the top and sort of hit it hard with the roller when we glass it in. So might not be the best way to do it, but it's the way I know how. I'm not the best glasser, but we will get this going. And then this is the problem child up here, this big split. This is all rotted out and had this big split up here, so we've grinded this down and we've gone to here. So there's going to be this rib up here, and well, a beam here and a beam here, and there's a rib up here and rib back here. So we're going to glass this to this center beam here, and then back this way as well, which is, there's not one there but this one over here. And we're going to glass this up to these joints here, and so we'll have some strength in here. We're going to get this glass and we'll do a couple of layers on that there, and then that's going to be it. And I've hoed out this rotten gunnel here, so I've taken that back. Probably need to go a little bit back a little bit further that way, but we're going to address that later on. I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. I just want to get these holes patched up on the bottom and get this thing on the water and see how it goes. Give it a bit of a test run and then sort of make a decision on how far I want to go with it.
after that, whether I want to spend more time on it or just use it as a knock around thing. So I do really like this boat though, so I can see myself, when I feel like working on a project, bit by bit just doing this up and getting it to look spick. But I've got the Seafarer VC to finish off as well, so it might be a case of just chisel this on, you know, the days I don't feel like doing a hell of a lot, and just do little bits and pieces as I go. But yeah, we're going to lay some glass up, and hopefully we can get it all laid up today. Hopefully we won't be able to sand it today, but hopefully go off overnight. We might be able to take this out for a paddle in the morning, but it's probably not realistic. It's probably going to be more like next weekend. But yeah, I'm really keen to get this in the water. I really am keen to try this out. Always wanted to do this, always wanted to do it, so I'm so excited. Anyway, I'll get into it. Righto, so we're going to glass all these little bits of matting in, just to give us a base. And then once we glass these in, so we're going to put resin on here, and then we're going to put this on there, and we're just going to brush these on. And then once that's set, we're going to grind all this back and rough that up, and then we're going to start laying chop strand up, or chop glass. Same thing with all these ones here. We're just going to put some resin in there, lay this up with a brush. Once it goes hard, we're just literally going to grind that back, rough it up, and then we're going to be right to start laying up some chop strand. So basically all I'm doing is just trying to get a base, so we're not sort of rolling into these holes and getting air bubbles through our glasswork as we're coming up. So I'm not 100% sure how well it's going to work, but you know, we'll just give it a crack and see how we go. Okay, so the first layer of glass matting is in, so that's how it's all come up. I'll just show you around this other one over here. So I've really dug this one into the crack through here. So basically I'm going to lay that up with chop strand in that gap, try and get some density in the mould over it, and then go with some bigger matting over the top just to bind it all together. And then sort of give it a quick sand, and then we're going to use it. And then once I use it, I'll probably evaluate, do I want to keep going with this project and like make it look smick, or do I just want to keep it as a knock around? So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see what happens. But I mean, it's a pretty easy vessel to work on. It's easy to flip over on your own. Yeah, fun times. Righto. I got the skiff in the water for a test run, and we're just trolling some lures on the flats around Vicky Point, Wilson's Esplanade. I went up to Thornlands, and there was a lot of fresh up there. So I come back down here, and I got my second hook up, and I thought I'd turn the camera on. I haven't filmed today yet, but I'll quickly run through this rig. It's I haven't got my camera mount set up, so this is literally just a test run. So I got the motor there. See if you can get a bit of a look at this thing, and that's it. This is like a kayak on steroids, and I've just turned the motor off because I was trolling, and we've just hooked up to a flatty just here. I might try and get him a bit closer. Not bad flatty, you know. So I'll quickly get him on the deck and we'll get him free. There we go. It's so easy, like I don't have to net. I can just like drag him in because the hull is so close to the water. I can just drag this thing in. Look at that. That is a That is a solid flatty. Hit me up around the 60, 70 mark, something like that. So, yeah, I haven't got any seats organised. Don't really want my camera sitting on the water there. Down, fella. He's well and truly hooked in there. One out. He's hooked himself. We'll get you out, mate. Just hang on a second. There we go. We'll just release him. Not my best release at all, but I've still got a lot of setting up to do to this thing. She's very basic, but it's not the most comfortable thing at the moment, not yet anyway. I'll just give this camera a wipe. I'm running no audio today, I just couldn't be bothered. So yeah, that's it. It's just a South African skiff. It's really good in the rough. Like it handles the rough really well, surprisingly. Yeah, it's fairly stable. I mean, within reason. Good for two people. Good for flicking lures. But great for fly fishing on the sand flats. So, like, I'm pretty excited to get into that. But at the moment, she's got every boating bodgy trick in the book at the moment. So we glassed up the hulls because she had a lot of holes in it. So we glassed them up just to get her in the water today and test it, work out all the weight distributions and things like that. So I can set this up how I wanted to. But yeah, I mean, you know, second flatty of the day. I didn't film the first one, but second one of the day. So on the old Queensland lure again, just the football emotional lure. So does the job. Flatties at anything anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna get a drink of water and have a break and come back in and have a bit more of a muck around. I'll turn the camera on if we get some more fish. But today's not really a filming day, but I've got the camera just in case. So get some water. I think I didn't bring any water out to me today. I'm only sticking like right next to the boat ramp anyway, so I was going to go up and get a bottle of water out of my car and come back out. We might venture a bit further. I think we might go around behind Coochie or go over to Macleay or something. Yeah, get some water first before we venture off anywhere else. Well, she can handle the rough weather, like no doubt about that. It's probably only blowing like 15 knots, a little bit choppy, a couple of little white caps, and for a little vessel it's just eating it up like nothing. It's like super stable, no issues. It's draws no water. Like, I'm going super shallow water. That's where I got that flatty before on my ankle deep water. So yeah. No, I'm just trolling, and another little flatty, only a little fella on the deck. Get up here, come on. There we go. Only a little fella. He's eating that lure. We get this out now. Well, we got it out. He wasn't happy. That was brutal, that one. But he survived. Thank God, because he was probably a bit undersized. But anyway, such is life. I still got him off reasonably well. I had to sort of get the hook out from his gills. Holy shit, look at this. This thing's peeling. I had this one still out there. I thought it was dead sticking. Yeah, I have to run this down now. So here we go. Well, trailing oars, coochie, and nice little brimbo. Put that camera there in a sec. I got no mounting today. It's yeah, having no camera mount sucks. Anyway, we'll still be able to catch a few fish and make a quick little vid. I'm still indecisive on like how far I go with this little micro skiff. In terms of setting it up, it's like not the most comfortable boat. Yeah, my ass is sore. Like everything else, man, it's pretty good. It's fine. So just gotta make it comfortable. Yeah, that's a job. Probably just do one more trial towards the boat ramp and call it quits for the night. Oh, he's an idiot.
let's go through the boats. So today the Skiff was we went out with my brother today, and that was just for shits and giggles. And for like 2 people, it was actually it was quite successful. It was a lot better than I thought it'd be, so I was really quite happy with it. But to do what I want to do to it, I'm going to have to add extra stability. So virtually I'm going to look at some of these outriggers that I got off my Bali boat that I'm going to be building. So I've got to show you this. This is an upcoming project. So when I bought the trailer for the canoe, I got this 17 foot. It's more like a canoe, but it's not. It's a shallow V hull. So it's very, very, very much like a Bali boat. So that's kind of the direction I'm going to go on with that eventually. But I don't really care about that project at the moment. But the idea here is to get these outriggers on the Skiff. So I'm going to find a way to mount these up, give this more stability, so then I can put the casting deck or the poling deck up high here, and then I can get this fly deck at the front. And then that'll be pretty much it for that boat. And then once I get that far, I'll make a decision on whether it's worth doing a full restoration on the old girl, or whether I just keep it as a knock around thing. So it'll probably just be more of a knock around thing. So yeah, when I bought that canoe, I bought that pretty much for the trailer. So I ended up getting myself a pretty good little trailer out of it. So that's it there. Really, really nice little canoe kayak trailer. So this makes life a little bit easier. You know, I was kind of getting sick and tired of dragging it on and off the box trailer and then setting everything up. So this way I can carry everything, you know, have it all set up ready to go when I get to the boat ramp. So that's pretty much it. And then we got the old Seafarer VC, which has been a project that's been going on for a while. So she's got the old V6 1352 stroke mark on the back, and she absolutely hammers. This is a very fast VC. So yeah, I don't even know how I got it registered, but I did. The lady managed to slip it through for me. So I didn't think I'd be able to get it registered, but you know, I was a bit lucky, I think, in that department. But she's going to get fitted out with all the new Stano fittings and bits and pieces, and then as I can afford it, I'll upgrade electronics in it and get a nice sounder. Maybe put a spot lock on the front of it. I don't know yet if I'm going to go down that track, and then if all goes well, I may invest in a new motor in it down the track if I can afford it. So, but she's probably still a few months away yet before I get her back in the water. But yeah, good boat. So if you ever see a Seafarer VC and you're looking for a boat, they're great. So they're up there in the same category as the Haynes and cruise crafts and stuff like that. So they're for an old boat, they're very, very good. So you can pick them up fairly cheap, you know, around between the 5.5 to 15, depending on what sort of motor you get on it. But you can pick yourself up a nice Seafarer VC for a reasonable price, you know, and they're quite a great boat. So don't ever look past them if you're in the market for a good second-hand boat. VCs are pretty good. So that's pretty much it for this video. I think I'm going to end it there. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that sort of stuff. And then hopefully I'll get some more footage this week. I didn't get much today in terms of filming. I was just didn't know how this thing was going to go with 2 people in it, and I didn't really want to drag the camera out all that often. So we did manage to pick up 2 flatties, a couple of brim, and we got a jack next to the Skiff and we lost it. So I was really, really disappointed at that, because I actually handed my rod to my brother, and so I could control the boat around the snags. And then he lost it on me. But he's like, head down. I was like, head down. I'm just like, man. He's like, dude. I'm like, man. And he's like, dude. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, good fun. Good day out.
All right, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you.